G'day, my name's Evo, and in this video we're going to learn how to cover an unfolding event. Not as a series of individual shots, but more as a sequence. I've heard it said that we should consider the 5-shot rule when we're actually covering something. I guess that's a close-up of what we're seeing, a close-up of who's doing it, a wider relational shot to show where it is, maybe a point of view shot, maybe also a special shot. That's one way of doing it, but in the 30 years that I've been doing this, I've never found that there's enough time to do that with an unfolding event. In fact, you can generally do that and prepare that and plan that in a documentary or a drama or a corporate, but not at the scene of an accident or a news event, where you're better off treating it as a sequence and covering the event as a sequence. If you cover it as a sequence, a number of things will happen. One is that you'll be in the story, more in the story, covering the story. Two is you won't slow the actuality, the unfolding event down, and the policeman or the ambulance driver or whoever won't kick you off the scene. And thirdly is you will end up with more shots. Like magic almost. Hard to believe, but it's true. So I'll show you how to do that. But the first thing we have to do is to make sure that our subject, which is Claire today, is lit properly. Now in this case, I'm standing on this side looking out into a big window, and that's not the right thing to do, because in a big window the exposure is going to be all wrong and Claire is going to be dark. So we don't want that. So the best thing for us to do, unless we've got a light where we can light Claire to match the outside exposure, is to walk around the other side. Now over here, I'm on the same side as the light. So there's the light, and here's me, and there's the subject. So over here, as you can see, I've got absolutely no problems with my exposure at all. So this is where we'll do it from. It's not as nice a shot as looking out into that beautiful garden, but because you're working fast and because we don't want to slow things down, we actually try and shoot the way the light is moving. So the light's coming from here to here, and that's the way that we'll shoot. So the light's on the subject and we're looking the same way. So here goes. What we're going to do, we're going to shoot 3 shots. But we're not going to shoot them as shots, we're going to shoot them as a sequence. We're not going to stop and save each shot. And we're going to shoot a close-up, which shows us what we're doing, a close-up of the iPhone. We're going to shoot a shot of Claire's face, which shows us who's doing that. We're going to then shoot a wider shot, a relational shot, which relates the iPhone to the person and to the space. Okay? So there's the story. We've covered the story. This is being done, this is who's doing it, and this is where it's being done. If we ask Claire why she's doing this, we'll get an answer, which will be another one of the 5 W's. And then if I write a little voiceover, we might get the 5th W, which is the when. So we might answer our 5 W's just in this little sequence. Okay, so let's see how this goes. So we start filming now, and we do a few seconds of that. We then move up gently, we see who's doing it, a few seconds of that. And then we move out here and we see a relational shot between Claire and the device. And Claire, why are you doing this?
I want to win the $10,000 first prize so that I can pay for my next year of uni.
So it's really that simple. That's how you cover a sequence, and as I said, 1, 2, 3 shots, but if you run it as a sequence, you can use a little bit of that one with the move up, that gives you a 4th shot, a little bit of that one with the move out, that gives you a 5th shot, or use the whole lot as a sequence, that gives you a 6th shot. So twice as many shots if it's covered as a sequence. And also we haven't slowed Claire down at all, right? So let's see what that looks like. If I add a voiceover to it, we'll see if we can make a little story out of that. So there it is. We've added shots. We've added the wide shot. There's a close-up there, close-up of Claire, and I've included a voiceover underneath that to give it some context and to give us the when, some music, and Claire's little piece to camera about why she's doing it and a name super. And underneath all that, we've put some music. Let's have a look at what that all looks and sounds like. Here we go.
Every year, the MOJO National Smartphone Competition has people like Claire from all over Australia practicing their digital storytelling skills.
I want to win the $10,000 first prize so that I can pay for my next year of uni.
So that's how you cover a sequence, and that's how you edit it together on a smartphone with a little bit of voiceover, a bit of music, a name super, and you've got a complete package. We'll teach you how to make those packages and turn them into user-generated stories in the upcoming videos.